The Assassin's Creed series has long been inspired by real-life historical events, and Origins is no different. For those prepared to take a leap of faith into the hay bale of history, here's what was happening in ancient Egypt over 2 millennia ago, during the time that Bayek would have embarked on his adventures. In the era that Assassin's Creed Origins is set, ancient Egypt had already existed for a staggering 3,000 years. Its rich Egyptian culture supported a well-established Greek presence thanks to Alexander the Great's influence on the region some 300 years prior to Origins' chosen time period. He established the Ptolemaic kingdom that would rule over the country for the 3 centuries following his death, and founded a settlement there that would go on to become the great city of Alexandria. Ancient Egypt has been faithfully rebuilt in the game, from the Royal Library to the Great Lighthouse. A team of in-house historians and Egyptologists worked with the developers to bring iconic landmarks to life, including the renowned French archaeologist Jean-Claude. According to the Guardian newspaper, he created 19 accurate paintings for the game, like this reconstruction of the Giza Plateau. The pyramids themselves have been recreated in painstaking detail to nearly 100% accuracy. Almost every real-life passage, chamber, and tomb has been depicted, with some additional hidden chambers added for the purposes of infusing Assassin's Creed lore without writing over history. Learn the layout of the Pyramid of Giza in-game, and you should, theoretically, be able to navigate the tombs in real life. You'll be able to further this knowledge and pick up tips on the likes of the mummification process and more by engaging with the discovery tours. These are combat-free guided tours curated by some of the Egyptologists and historians embedded within the development team. But it's not just structures that interested Ubisoft. Their research on ancient Egypt led them to discover real people living at the time with kooky and unique stories.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Game director Ashraf Ishmael told Games Master magazine about one particular scribe who lived in the north of Egypt. He obsessed over beer so much that he wrote papyrus after papyrus on its value and effect throughout his life. Ubisoft made him into a character you can meet in the game as part of a side quest. Historical authenticity even extends to the in-game language. While cutscenes are in English, the dialect spoken by crowds was created by linguists, academics, and Egyptologists, since no one actually knows what ancient Egyptian was or sounded like. Actors with Arabic, Hebraic, and African backgrounds were then cast to bring the language to life. If you're more interested in combat, Bayek's position as one of the Nubian order of warriors known as the Medjai gives him access to numerous weapons appropriate for the time period, including a huge collection of bows with varied functions and uses. Some of the methods for firing these bows were recreated using research material from the period, like this ancient technique where Bayek stores his next 3 arrows in his draw hand rather than his quiver, which developers discovered through examining ancient Egyptian carvings of warriors. Bayek will also become embroiled in some of the great political drama that was transpiring at the time, as Egypt was subjugated to increasing pressure from the mighty Roman Republic to fall under its command. And to Cleopatra, the real-life legend whose reign helped a failing Egypt prosper once more. After the death of her father, Cleopatra ruled for a time alongside her brother Ptolemy XIII. Their relationship was a tumultuous one. Conflict between the pair led Cleopatra to assume sole rule, but she was later overthrown and fled into exile, while her brother assumed regency. Origin's take on this has Ptolemy being assisted by the mysterious order of the ancients to banish his sister, an order that Bayek will come into conflict with and that has its own agenda for supporting the cause of Cleopatra's brother. As the grand historical events of the time play out, Bayek will witness some of these events taking place, including the fateful first meeting of Julius Caesar and Cleopatra, along with the Great Siege of Alexandria. As his personal journey is impacted by wider machinations, Bayek will play a hand in returning the great female pharaoh to the throne, working against the mysterious order of the ancients and establishing his own place in Assassin's Creed history. For more on Assassin's Creed Origins, check out 9 new things it's introducing to the series, or this Let's Play showing its stealth and combat in action.